All right, guys, in the last episode, we got our fuel rails in from FASTER, and today we're going to be moving on and installing our steam port kit, also from FASTER, and that is a steam port kit that works specifically with this LSXR intake from FAST. So let's go ahead, take a look at it, and get it installed. All right, so this is our steam port kit that we are going to be installing, and it comes pre-set up for the most part. So the way that this is routed is you have one end that just has the hose fitting that you're gonna aim towards the front. Then you're gonna have the T comes down and then it routes all the way to the back over to this corner. Then you have this end swings over to the other side. And then you have this comes up to the front and hits this corner. And then with that, you also have threaded ends that go into each one of the steam port corners to the corner of the head. And yeah, so pretty simple. Let's get it routed through. So each one of these fittings has an Allen head, and then you have an AN fitting that goes to the fitting in the head that's got an O-ring gasket. So you'll put these one in each corner of the cylinder head. And what a steam port kit does, or rather the issue that it corrects or helps to correct, is that whenever, especially in a higher horsepower situation, the way that these LS heads are set up is they are prone to trapping air bubbles in the coolant. So these steam port help to kind of purge that air out of it. If you don't, especially like I was starting to say in higher horsepower situations, you can run into a situation where you're overheating mainly your rear cylinders. So it's a good idea to put one of these kits on, and that's what we're doing today. I got this routed, first corner's in. I just draped this hose off to the side so it's out of my way. Put that back up here for now. Routed this along, went along this channel, and then it swings around here and over to this point where it hits these two T's. And then this comes over here around the back. And this is where I ran into a challenge, and I'll show you the same thing on the front. There's room for the fitting whenever it's tightened, but to get it tightened, there's not. So I ended up having to remove a few of the rear, well, most of the rear intake manifold bolts. I'll probably end up, by the time I'm done, doing all of them. So I could lift this intake just enough to get that to go. I mean, you can see that clearance, just to fit that in and get it down. Now that it's on there, I'm not hitting anywhere. So it's a very, very tight squeeze. And I could play with this around a little bit to see how I want to route it before I tighten everything. But you come out of here and you route it down to the front. And then this one I still have yet to do, because I'm having the same issue where it lines up, but it hits the intake manifold and doesn't allow me to thread it on until, you know, I'll probably have to take off these front intake manifold bolts as well. Got the intake torque back down and everything nice and tight, so the installation on this is complete. Seems like a really good kit. Once again, the fuel rails that we used, if you didn't see that video, are also from FASTER. That's FASSTER. They are an eBay seller, actually. And so far, so good. You know, I've liked all the stuff that I've gotten from them, and it seems like, you know, pretty good value. So go ahead and check them out if you're in the market. Thank you guys all for watching. As always, get outside, get wrenched on something, piss off your neighbors, disappoint your mom. Until next time, keep on keeping on.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. of the night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet.